Hey, welcome back. So, after the video I posted on my Leica a couple of days ago, I was thinking about accessories, and one one of the things that I talked about a lot was really like what accessories that I've had and what accessories have I gotten rid of over the years, what's been useful and what hasn't. And in doing so, I was like, you know what, I think I still have one left. One thing that for whatever reason I've hung on to all these years. And that's this. It's pretty basic. It's metal. It's got a little bit of felt on the inside here. It's got a, for the tripod on the bottom, and a little bit of a curve to it. Now, at first glance, you might actually kind of know what this is for. Mine looks a little bit different when I got it. The backside looked like this with this polished metal and then a vulcanite of sorts on the outside right here, but that fell off. And so I replaced it with this, not leatherette, but like vinyl covering that actually, it's just this. It comes in a giant roll. And I've used it for other projects, which I'll probably talk about here at some point and the different ways this can be used, but it's super cheap and it works pretty well for a whole bunch of camera gear. It's got a nice flat finish, decent texture to it, but it definitely does feel plasticky when you touch it. But either way, it's nicer to look at on a black camera when this is mounted to my Leica than the chrome. Maybe if it was an M3 or something, it'd be a different story, but I like the black. So, what does this do? Well, take the Leica here, just screw it on to the tripod mount. It does cut a little bit close to the camera strap lug, but that's not too bad. You just got to make sure you have it out of the way there. You tighten it on, and from the front, I mean, it doesn't look too unassuming. You can see, obviously, the screw-in piece right here, which does unscrew fully. So if you wanted to swap this out with something a little bit more low profile, you definitely could. And then on the back, it doesn't do much. It does cover up the ISO dial with this big metal tab here. But what does it do? I mean, you look at it and maybe now it's starting to become more clear, but it's a belt clip, believe it or not. So if I were to stand up here and just slide this on, you can see now, if I back up, what this is for. And that's why this is the most ridiculous Leica accessory I own, because who in their right mind is actually going to carry their camera around like this? I mean, sure, you could take the strap off and I guess you could use it, but then, you know, you're pulling this off your belt and, man, it's my belt's getting caught on the ISO dial there. That's the intended purpose. And believe it or not, I actually did wear this one time. I went to an event. It wasn't quite black tie, but definitely sport coat and tie and button-down shirt. And I didn't want to have the leather strap around my neck all night, especially since I wasn't there in any official capacity as a photographer. So I put it on my belt. It felt like a, I guess, halfway decent way to class it up a little bit, but it wasn't too great. And like any other Leica accessory, you know, it's a little bit cumbersome in practice. Now, I'll be honest, I don't remember where I got this from. I don't remember if I bought it new. I don't remember when I bought it. It's one of those things that just kind of showed up in my camera drawer. Maybe it came as part of a wider accessory package, or maybe it was just in a box of random stuff and I figured out that it fit on my Leica. So if you happen to know where this Leica M series belt clip came from, leave a comment, because I'd love to know its history. Is it something you can still get? How much was it? It's definitely not officially Leica, I can say that. It looks handmade to the point where even if you, let's see how close we can focus here, but if you look really close there, I don't know if this is going to focus, but on the bottom of this metal plate you can see grinding marks, which indicates that someone welded this bottom piece on and then smoothed it out. You know, it's not like it's one piece of metal that was cast or forged or anything like that. It's made out of multiple smaller pieces. It was very likely hand bent to some degree. It was hand finished as well. It's such a weird thing to think that because of all of that, someone went through the trouble of making these, of selling them, all because they decided that they wanted to have their Leica on their belt loop, or on their belt at any given time, available with this little metal clip. So that's my weirdest Leica accessory that I own. Do you have any weird camera accessories? I know tons of them exist out there, especially a lot of them from Leica. Those are some of my favorite ones. Way back in the day, we did a podcast on weird Leica accessories and weird camera accessories. That was one of my favorites, looking back on it. So anyway, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you would ever actually use this, or if you have any idea of the history of it, or where it came from. Please be sure to subscribe, it really means a lot. It's been helpful to keep my mind off the quarantine here and do something that's kind of productive and engaging every day. So thank you again, I really mean it. And until next time, I'll see you around.